Good morning, everyone. This is Angela again. Jessica's out for the next few weeks, and so I will be bringing you the Legal Latte for the next several weeks. Today I want to talk about why clean books are a growth tool and not a compliance task. And so you've probably heard this before. Your books need to be clean. And most business owners immediately think for taxes, for compliance, or for the IRS. But today I want to reframe that idea. So clean books are not just a compliance requirement. They're one of the most powerful growth tools a law firm can have. Because here's the reality. If your numbers aren't clean, timely, consistent, then every decision you make is based on guesswork. So let's talk about why that matters. When your bookkeeping is behind, inconsistent, or overly summarized, you lose visibility. You don't really know how profitable each month actually is, whether your expenses are trending up or down, or how much cash you truly have available to operate and grow. And when that happens, law firm owners tend to make decisions emotionally instead of strategically. They hire because revenue feels strong, or they invest because the bank balance looks healthy. They delay tax planning because nothing feels urgent until it suddenly is. But clean books change that. When your monthly accounting is accurate and up to date, your financials stop being historical documents and start becoming decision-making tools. You can see patterns form early before they turn into problems. So for example, you can identify expense creep before it erodes your margins. You can spot cash flow pressure months ahead of time. And you can plan owner compensation and tax payments proactively instead of reactively. And this is where systems and processes really matter. Jessica talks a lot about systems for law firm owners. And this is exactly where those systems pay off. Clean billing processes, consistent expense categorization, regular monthly closes. Without those systems, forecasting doesn't work. And that's important because CFO forecasting relies on clean data. If the numbers going in aren't accurate, the forecast coming out isn't reliable either. And from a tax planning standpoint, clean books are just as critical. Tax strategy isn't built in April, it's built throughout the year. But you can't plan effectively if you don't know where you stand. If your books are clean, we can absolutely estimate your taxes accurately, adjust quarterly payments before penalties happen. And let me just tell you, they're at 8% now with the IRS. Time deductions and income intentionally, and avoid those painful surprise tax bills, which is I hear that a lot, right? So one of the biggest mistakes I see law firm owners make is assuming that because revenue is strong, everything else must be fine. But revenue doesn't tell the full story. Profit matters, cash flow matters, and timing matters. And none of that is clear without solid monthly accounting. So here's the key takeaway that I want you to walk away with today, right? Clean books aren't about checking a box. They're about clarity. They're about control. And they're about giving yourself the information you need to make smart, confident decisions for your firm. When your numbers are clean, your strategy gets sharper. And when strategy gets sharper, growth becomes intentional and not accidental. And that's how successful firms scale on purpose. So thank you for tuning in today for our Legal Latte episode. And I know Jessica always ends with a great line. So let your coffee be strong and your financials stronger. Thank you.